you. I don't think that started. I
No.
think it started now. Okay.
Starting
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Try again.
Hey, Internet, and welcome to our Origins 2016 Games Preview. We've got Daryl Andrews and myself, Stephanie Straw, and we are emceed by a special guest, Senfone Lim. Um, Joining us while we talk about our top 10 releases, top 10 games that are demo only, and our personal tips for you, top 10 tips at Origins Game Fair 2016. This list, we're going to be talking about the demo only games. I think I will start, if that's okay with you, gentlemen.
No, we got rock, paper, scissors.
Oh,
Yeah, we started
man.
something. We gotta
Come
finish.
on.
Okay. All
I
right.
already lost like 5 rock, paper, scissors off air, so I didn't get like any of my release choices. Let's do this.
Already? Okay, you
All right,
ready?
Ready?
Send
I'm
me
gonna
the
count to
count. One,
three
two,
this
three.
time.
You're going to
One.
count?
Yeah, one, two, three.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ready? One, two, three. Okay, Steph, what do you got there?
Ah,
Steph has the rock and Daryl's got the scissors.
I could not
Smash
beat
him.
you. This is
Smash him.
ridiculous.
All right, so Steph,
Never double scissor. Never.
I always double scissor. Come on.
oh, good old Bart.
Hey, rock, paper, and scissors is a thing that you might find in my first pick. My number 10 demo only game is
Oh,
Codenames Pictures by Czech Games Edition. You might have heard of this. It's from the popular Codenames line. This time, we're not using words. We're just using pictures. So changes the game up and the card shape. What? Because they're square, I believe, right?
Hmm.
yep.
Definitely check out this game. Codenames is like seriously evergreen, and I think Codenames Pictures is another great addition. I think there's absolutely reason to have both. I think they could be integrated together or played separately. I will be picking it up even though I already have Codenames because I think it's going to be a totally different game, and sometimes I want to play with pictures and sometimes I want to play with words. So,
Yep. Yeah,
well, I
that,
won't be picking it up at Origins. I will be demoing it at Origins.
there you go.
Right. Yes, because this list is just demo only as far as we know. Copies of the games talked about in this segment will not be for sale. Daryl, what game is your number 10 demo only?
All right, this is coming to you from Action Phase Games. A little cute story here because Sen and I have a little assist on this one, and that is Aeon's End by Kevin Riley. And we actually got to see the game at last year's Origins and help to build the relationship between Action Phase Games and Kevin as he pitched his game, and they fell in love with it, and they've been working on it over the last year. It just recently kickstarted, huge success. If you like deck builders, this has got some innovative twists, but it is top notch. Kevin is a former professional esports player, and
StarCraft.
StarCraft specifically. The guy is brilliant, and I think he has a million more cards of ideas for this game. So you're gonna like the game, but you're gonna find that it's gonna have a long life as well. So check that out. You do have to do a specific appointment with Action Phase Games, and they'll also have Dreamwell. So try to get in and check out those two games from Action Phase.
Excellent. Steph, what is number 9 on your demo only list?
My number 9 is Days of Ire, Budapest 1956. Whenever I put this on my list, Sen was like, "What, Steph? War games?" Yeah, and this game looks really cool.
Mhm.
It is for, I think, 1 to 4, because I think you can play it
Yeah.
solo. Yep, 1 to 4. One person will be on the Soviet forces side, and then the other 1 to 3 players will be on the Revolutionary forces side. And so typical to war game, there's going to be a lot going on in this. There's going to be action points for you to be able to use.
Yep.
You're going to have cards that you're going to be able to use. I think this was kickstarted. I
Yeah, I'm not
believe.
sure. I think they're Polish designers, and so Cloud Island is like another company. Mr. B Games came alongside and helped, bridge it and bring it to North America, and maybe even develop it.
Right. And it's been likened to very popular games like Twilight Struggle. So,
Mhm. Good company.
yeah, Right. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. The gameplay says that it's 60 to 90 minutes, which again seems a little light, but I will take their word for that because you never know. Sometimes the mechanics just are so streamlined, and I think the one versus many aspect of it will kind of help those decisions be made a little bit quicker because even though you're playing with 4 people, it's 3 people potentially having like a hive mind against the other person. So I think that could kind of sort of feel like you're playing with 2 people rather than just a bunch of people each having to take all their turns. So could be a good way to enjoy war games or maybe get someone introduced into war games if they're not sure if it's something that they'll like or not with that cooperative aspect.
Yeah, very cool. I'm looking forward to that now that you've told me about it. I actually didn't know anything about it. Excellent. Daryl, let's talk about your next game, Sea of
Yeah,
Clouds.
yeah, I'm really excited. Sea of Clouds. You spoiled it for me, man.
Oh, I'm
You stole my
sorry.
thunder. No, but this one's designed by designer Theo Revere. I'm butchering his last name because he's French, but he's awesome. I won't hold that against him. And this is a 2 to 4 player game, 45 minutes, and really fantastic by Elo. Has beautiful art by Miguel Combra. I'm sure you would be familiar with his art because you will have seen his art featured in things like Seven Wonders, amongst many other great games. And then this is Theo is a young designer from France that is one of the designers to watch. He's very connected with the other French designers like Bauza and Fedudi and whatnot, and they've all kind of taken him under their wing, and Sea of Clouds is fantastic. So check it out. It's not only beautiful, but it's a great game, quick game. And there seems to be, I'm going to sneak in another little, there seems to be a lot of, piratey games going on, so I got to also give a little shout out to Sail Away. I don't think this is going to be for demo at Origins, but if you can find a game called Sail Away, it's coming up by Mattel. Maybe keep an eye out for that as well.
Man, I'm just hearing sticks in the background. That's all that I'm hearing right now.
I'm sailing away. Right? Yeah.
All right, sing away.
All right, Steph. What are going from sails to rails? What's your game?
Yeah, I like it. Good segue. My number 8 game is Trick of the Rails. This is on Kickstarter right now, and it is funded. I don't know how many days it has left as soon as this goes up, but definitely check that out if this sounds interesting. This combines trick-taking plus the sort of 18x, and I guess all those train games that have economy. It's basically that plus trick taking, but it looks really, really cool. It looks like a simplified, easy to learn type of game in that sort of realm where those can be with the stock holding and stuff like that. Those can be kind of really complex games, but this one looks like that it is much simplified, and it's 20 minutes for 3 to 5 players.
So impressive. I'm a little worried that it's going to be awesome because
it's by Terra Nova Games too.
Terra Nova Games, which I believe it's going to be at Mr. B's booth at 108 because they're not actually there.
With Days of Ire.
Yes. And the one reason I'm afraid that it's going to be awesome is because I'm working on a trick-taking, track-laying card game, and so this sounds very similar. But if it's already made, then I can just enjoy it. So.
Or make yours too. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. So what's the next on your list, Daryl?
Yeah, well, going from trains, we're going to talk about Power, and this expansion is Power Up. It's the expansion for Tesla and Edison, and I got to give a shout out to my boy JR, who was lead developer on this, designed by Dirk, but developed by JR, and he's been hyping it a lot. So I trust most of the time JR's taste. Most of the time. So he usually likes great games. Sometimes he goes off the rails, but this sounds like my kind of game. And so I know it's an expansion, but I'm really excited about playing it with Tesla versus Edison, which was already a good game. And this, I guess, adds a lot of layers. So, yeah, so that's my number 8.
Great.
Power up.
Powering up. We should totally have a top 10 list of times that JR went off the rails with his game choices.
Yeah, I could I could name 10. Yeah.
I know, right? So there we go. Steph, you're up to number 7.
Number 7 is a Richard Garfield game, Hive Mind by Calliope. This one is true to the name. You can play with as few as 3 or as many players as you want. Now it says
Whoa.
3 to 12 on BGG, but I am under the assumption that you can just play and
Test the
play and
limit.
play. Well,
Test
yeah,
the
you
limit.
test the limits. This game looks really, really cool, and it's Richard Garfield. So I definitely want to check it out. I wonder where. So Calliope will have a booth, and they'll probably be pretty big and prominent, so you should be able to see
Yeah.
it pretty
You should be
easily.
able to find them. Chris Leader said that he'll have a few games to demo in this whole Titan line, which actually brings me to my number 7, which is
Mm-hmm.
also from Calliope in the Titans line, and that is Running with the Bulls. And I am super pumped about this because I have always been fascinated with the Running with the Bulls. So I just think it's a great opportunity
Me
for a
too.
fun game. So I'm really excited about that. And then it's Paul Peterson designing, who I trust because he makes great games. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. And I can't help but also give a shout out because there is a third game that'll be for demo at Calliope's booth, and that's Menu Masters from Zach and Jordan Weissman. So if you're at the Calliope booth, check out all 3 of these. You won't go wrong. And then you're going to have to wait for them a bit because they're hoping they'd be Gen Con, but maybe not.
I just want to
A
be
lot of high
bowling
pitched.
as soon as possible. I need
As soon as
people
possible.
in my life.
I need hives and bowls and menus.
Yeah. Yeah, I also like the running of the bulls too. Daryl,
Yeah.
we share that.
Yeah, it just seems like such a cool theme.
We should just
Yeah.
all go to Spain.
I
Done.
love Spain.
Actual running of the bulls.
Done.
Uh,
We'll do it.
done.
Done.
Nerd syrup.
You,
in
you heard
Spain.
it here first. Sen's paying for Nurse Syrup to go
I
run
did
with the
not
balls.
say that at all. Okay. Hey, Steph, let's move on to number 6. What happens?
The fate of the elder gods happens.
Oh
This
my
is gonna
word.
be I believe, the first of the Fabled Nexus line, or no, maybe I think they had some in the Fabled Nexus line already.
Oh, this is
But
big.
it's of Greater Than Games, under their umbrella. They have like the Dice Hate Me Games part and the Fabled Nexus and the Sentinels universe, multiverse stuff. So Fate of the Elder Gods is a Richard Launius joint plus Chris Kirkman plus Daryl Lauder. So
Oh,
in this one you are playing the like Elder Gods themselves, and you are working against the investigators, which the game is kind of playing the investigators, and the other Elder Gods are putting investigators to try and defeat you. But basically, you want to summon yourself. You want to get your cult to believe in you so hard and be so insane that you are summoned, and all Mythos Hellfire breaks loose. So this game's really cool. It has sort of a like Rondell-ish time clock aspect. I got to check it out at Unpub, and it will be available for demo at Origins, specifically at, I think it's one of the booths where you have to make an appointment though.
well, and also if you want to find them at it's Foam Brain for all the Dice Hate Me
Right.
Greater Than Games. You're gonna have to find them over at Foam Brain booth. So.
You're just gotta have to go down the road. Eh?
Well, and so on that same booth, my number 6 from a different publisher who's also sharing is Green Couch Games, and so Rocky Road a la Mode from Joshua J. Mills is the next upcoming game from Green Couch Games. Super fun art. I love it, and I also want to give a shout out to Walk on Fire, their recent Kickstarter, which they'll also have copies there. Again, these are both demo only, but check them out. Rocky Road a la Mode and Walk on Fire, Green Couch. They'll be hanging out at the Foam Brain booth.
Excellent. And Steph, what's up for you next?
Let's see here. How
Same booth.
about
Same booth.
how about the same booth? New Bedford. This will be available for demo. This is a sort of medium weight Euro that was on Kickstarter. You might remember from hearing about it. Nat
Well,
Levan
said
designed
it's
this
only
game.
demo only.
Yeah, I am sad it's demo only, but maybe they'll have some copies. I don't know. I backed it on Kickstarter, so I cannot wait to get my copy. Cool medium weight Euro about living in the town of New Bedford, where you're sort of building your town. You're checking out whales, all of the things that they did back in New Bedford. So there's a little bit of history to it. But it's a cool little game. I like that it's a medium weight Euro. I don't have a ton of those, so it fills a gap in my game collection for me. And I just had a ton of fun playing it. I really liked the decisions that I made. So Nat worked really hard on that game. And I am excited to finally get my grubby paws on it. But you should definitely check out a demo of it.
Excellent. And the demos will again be at Foam Brain Games, I believe.
Yes.
Excellent. Daryl, I don't have art for this one, so you're just going to have to talk it out.
Well, ta-da! I wish I showed you some art there, but nope, I'm not as good with the magic. But who is a magician at making great games is Stephen Avery. He makes fun games, and I'm really excited about this. Cool Mini or Not has ventured out and has acquired a variety of very fun, different than mini games, so that at conventions they've also hunted down a variety of games, so you still have a reason to go visit their booth, not just buy more minis for your other games, but you can also buy, ta-da, well, not yet, it'll be for demo only. They'll also have Potion Explosion, which was a release at Essen, but they're still working on changing some of the art and such, and same with Unusual Suspects, another hilarious offensive game that's coming out with Cool Mini or Not. So you're going to want to go check out their booth and demo all three of those, but especially, ta-da, from Stephen Avery.
Great. Steph, where are we on your list? We are at number
4.
4.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right, so what's number 4 on your list?
Number 4 is a game that is similar to Mafia de Cuba. It's designed by Eric Lane and Bruno Faiduti. The publisher is Louis Mem, which means oneself in French.
Self. Or more like Louis' mama. Louis' mama.
The name of the game is Dolores, and looks really cool. It is a prisoner's dilemma game, which I have not heard a whole lot of games categorized as that, but it is simultaneous action selection. It's going to be one of those really quick play games, probably play several times at a con, 10 to 20 minutes, 2 to 4 players, so it's not like bring everybody type of deal, but just you and like 3 of your friends type of deal. But it looks really cool. I mean, I love those 2 people, so.
Yeah, and cool story, it was play tested first time in North America in my house. In that room right over there.
Cool.
I was
That
a
is a
witness.
fun fact.
I was there. I was there.
That is a fun fact.
I
I
can
was
verify.
there. I was there in spirit.
You were totally
Yes.
there in spirit.
Obviously.
Obviously.
You're right here.
Aw, in our heart. All right, so Daryl, what is next on your list? You're at number 3 as well.
Yeah, this is really exciting, and I'm really pumped to check out this demo. Blue Orange last year had a real surprise game because I'd always known Blue Orange as little, quick-to-learn games, and they came out with New York 1901, and now they have a follow-up, and that is Vikings on Board, and it's a fun-looking game of crossing a canal, and it looks, not too heavy. Like, it's a nice gateway-looking game. So I'm really looking forward to it. It looks great. I love those kind of games. And then I also got to give a shout out. I heard rumor that there's also going to be a New York 1901 expansion being tested, and this is a really neat backstory. But it was designed and developed by the Brooklyn Lab, which is a kids group that meets together, and they work on game design after school, and they pitched it to Blue Orange, and actually I saw them pitching it and showing them at the New York Toy Fair, and they're looking to publish it. So pretty neat that a bunch of kids coming together after school and working on game design might have something published with New York 1901 with Blue Orange. So a couple things to check out. A long shot, but I was also hoping that maybe Six, which was Six Making, a Russian abstract game, would be coming out with as well, but it's going to be at Adstra. It won't be at Origins.
It will be available for demo, though.
For demo.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Steph, let's move on to your number 3.
Number 3 boasts 3 types of heroes of land, air, and sea by Gamelin Games. So this is a 4X style game, and you're sort of leveling up. You start with just like a worker or a couple of workers, and you kind of build up your army and your forces. And once you reach certain milestones, you'll get sort of like an advantage or bonus for your army. War and like battle is kind of neat. It's seems like there's a little bit of some simultaneous like secret card playing. The cards that you can play are based on the type of people that you have in your army. I'm assuming also the location, land, air, or sea. And then there's like it says several economy systems, so I'm interested to see how that all works out. If you're having to like pay for your army, if you're having to pay for like weapons, or if you're having to like pay for like the city that you're building. So I am definitely looking forward to checking it out. And plus, it has a ton of miniatures, right? I think it's got like a ton of miniatures. I think that Gamelin Games went crazy. Designer is Scott Alms, and the artist is Adam McIver, so you know it's going to be gorgeous. So definitely check that out at the Gamelin Games booth. Just look for that giant knight walking around.
The smelly suit of armor. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it looks so good.
Yeah, it smells so bad. All right, Daryl. Oh, I misnumbered your last one. Last one, the Viking by land, was number 4. This is your number 3. Okay, so tell us all about your number 3.
Yeah, this one, again, it has an Origins backstory because Sen and I got to play test and give feedback. Formerly known as Bloom, now Lotus from Renegade Games, designed by Jordan and Mandy Goodard, friends of ours that we love. They are wonderful people, probably the cutest design couple in the world. And this is a real fun game. It's got, you know what, I'll just tell you, check it out. It's 30 minutes. There's a chance that it's going to be demoed, so I put it on my list because I'm so excited. It's not 100% confirmed, but go there, ask for it. At least then Renegade knows it's in hot demand. And Mandy and Jordan will be there, so you can at least bug them to see it maybe after hours if it's not officially at the booth. And I also have to give a shout out to another Renegade game that has my eye, and that's Kane Klenko's Covert. Just because I don't know anything about it. It's got to be coming out soon, but that cover is awesome. So
yeah, Kane did the art direction on that, so it's pretty cool.
Kane makes great games.
Steph, where are we? You're at your number 2.
We are already at my number 2, Catacombs and Castles by Elzra Corp. Designer Aaron West. So you might be familiar with the game Catacombs that came out several years ago. It's a like disc flicking dexterity game where one person kind of DMs the baddies and then everyone else gets to play heroes and adventurers searching through the catacombs for treasure and stuff like that. And then it was reprinted with beautiful artwork, which kind of one of those like BGG love stories in that a fan made some art for the game, and then they ended up reprinting the game with Kwanchai Maria's art. So they're doing
the backstory. Interesting.
Yeah, I hope I didn't make that up, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I actually hope you did make that up because I believe it.
But so they're releasing Catacombs and Castles, which is a standalone game, and this one is sort of supposed to be more of an introduction. If I understand the description correctly, it is not just one person DMing the baddies. It maybe is several people being baddies and several people being the goodies. So I think that you both get to fight against each other. But it's supposed to be simplified, so this might end up being kind of the intro into Catacombs, because if you've picked up Catacombs, and it's a great game, the rule book is a lot. There's kind of some different scenarios and things that you can do, and it's because it's so customizable, it can just be a little bit overwhelming for some new players to just pick it up and play. So this is supposed to be sort of the hop into that. So this will be gorgeous. There'll be lots of people probably standing around wanting to demo it because it'll be looking really cool, and people will be flicking discs and stuff. So you'll definitely want to, I'm not sure where they're going to have it. I don't know if Elzra's going to have a booth or not, but definitely try and check that out if you can. Sen, Daryl, do you know?
No, I don't, but I'm really curious, and I've always wanted to meet them because I heard that the designer's Canadian.
Yeah, they're from Hamilton.
Yeah, so it's like I live an hour away from these game designers that I don't know. So maybe we'll become friends.
Maybe. Hey.
Oh, and it looks like there will be a Kickstarter campaign for this as well. So
Cool. So, Daryl, let's talk about your number two, like quite literally your number two.
Yeah, my number two, I completely selfishly self-promoted myself, but notice I didn't at least make it number one, and that is Back to the Future: The Dice Game at a Time.
You are so humble.
I am so humble. I resisted one spot.
I'm so
And
great
so-
at being humble, says Daryl.
Yes, I am the best at being humble. I made myself second. I waited. So honestly, I love this game. It's first of all, Back to the Future is an IP I love, and so I was just so excited to get to work with the property. And I hope people will enjoy the game. I tried to make it so that it was accessible to anyone. Anyone who watches the film, you can have a good time with this game, while still adding strategy so that if you're a gamer, you can still have fun with this. This could be a filler game for you. So that was my goal. Hopefully it does that. If you're by the IDW booth, check it out. I believe it's going to be 100. I was told 100% it will be demoed, but there's a chance it might be for sale. And if it is, I'll basically live there and just smile every time someone buys a copy and maybe give them a hug. So if they want it.
Right. And we'll get to the hugging in our tips later about what to do.
So,
Daryl, I just noticed that that's not 4 squares on that die. I'm like
What's
really
that?
slow with the
oh man, 88, man.
It's 88. It's not
miles
4
per
squares.
hour.
Yeah. Right over my head for a second there. All
Wow.
right. I know. I'm slow. It's late at night. Steph, are we up to your number one?
Yeah, we
Yes.
are.
Oh, well then we have to do our drum roll.
this is one that I had to fight Daryl 1v1 IRL
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
because
this was an epic rock paper scissors. There were ties, there were fights, there was blood.
Daryl and I got to play this game together at Geekway to the West in St. Louis, and Yokohama by Tasty Minstrel Games will be on Kickstarter June 21st, and you can demo it at Origins. And I love this game so much. I am so pumped about this game. I have not been as pumped about a game as I am as pumped about Yokohama. Seriously, hands down, I can't even describe. It would take me an hour to describe all of the mechanisms in this game that are super cool. But the basis of it is that Yokohama is like a huge trade harbor in Japan, and you are the president of a corporation, and you're basically trying to be a cooler and better corporation than all of the other corporations, like you do. So there's commodities like silk and copper and tea. There's areas of influence like the church. There's just so much. There's the sort of a me first aspect to it. A lot of places, if you are the first one to do this thing there, then you get something extra special. I always love when games do that. There's a lot of like random elements as far as like how you set up the different locations.
So
and
much replayability, though.
the movement is so cool. You have to sort of place your workers and locations in a trail so that you can move your president. You have to pay tax or something to other presidents if you move through them, but you can do it. It's super cool. There's also a technology upgrade area. I love whenever games let me like get tech so I can do a thing that I like doing and get like extra VPs for it. So man, I seriously could gush about this game forever. But if you're going to Origins,
hearing you gush about it, it's so good.
Yeah, if you're going to Origins, definitely check this out. If you're not going to Origins, you will be able to sort of check it out on Kickstarter June 21st. Won't be able to play it necessarily unless you can somehow get your hands on a print and play. But
Play it in your head.
Play it in your head. Trust me, you're having fun.
My way of describing it, it's Gamer Istanbul.
Oh, that's a neat way of doing it, yeah.
It's just its own thing. Like I can't even tell you.
I
don't even know how they categorize it on BGG. Like I don't know. It doesn't. Sure, there's a modular board, but like I wouldn't just call this game a modular board game.
No. It's good.
Fun fact: the designer's last name and my last name are the exact same names in.
Hisashi Hayashi, yes, that you might be familiar with. Trains.
Yeah,
It's a good game.
yeah, and good last name. It's the same kanji symbols for my last name and his last name. So maybe we're related. I don't know. No, it actually doesn't work that way.
You're probably cousins.
It still doesn't work that way.
No, but I just watched this DNA video recently about
Yeah,
like
and
our heritage and stuff, and like if there's X amount of people in a room, for sure there's a cousin. Anyways,
so basically we shouldn't like be marrying people in the same room that we're in.
basically we shouldn't be killing each other was the idea,
Well, that's
but
probably a good idea too.
because you're like killing your family. But anyways, we
All
we
right.
we digress.
Yes, Daryl, we're up to your number one pick. Let's give him the drum roll. Okay, what's your number one pick?
My number one pick, and I'm not 100% sure that it's going to be there, but if it is by far my number one demo game, and that is Oceanos, and is from Yellow Games. It was beautiful in its display while it's being played. I actually just watched a full play. I didn't even get to get a full play in, and then I played around with the cards a bit. But it is from Bauza. How do you go wrong? Antoine Bauza. And it's a drafting game, card drafting game, but you're laying down you commit to the cards, you're laying them out, and you're trying to do this set collection as your display of cards grows. So you have these difficult decisions of, do I build this to the right or do I build it down? And it causes different types of scoring depending on how they match and what type of treasure or animals or different things that you build is wonderful. So that is my number one after I couldn't have Yokohama. So check that out. If it's for demo, you want to be over at the Yellow booth.
Right. So that's it for our top 10 lists in terms of demo-only games. We'll be coming back with our top 10 Origin tips.
You definitely want to check those out. I have some very important things to tell you.
Well, yeah, she's got some side tips, but mine's the important stuff. So
I have no tips
you're gonna
whatsoever.
write down mine.
One of them is avoid Daryl.
Oh.
Oh, just kidding. We'll be back.
Bye.